Um, how you guys doing? I want to talk to you guys about how, you know, women, they want to lump all men into a negative category after they have deliberately chosen the worst type of guys. Now, when a woman falls in love with a guy, it's based on lust. It's based on the physical attraction. We all know this. And for the life of me, what I cannot understand is how when women have chosen to get with guys that they are attracted to, then they want to say all men are bad after they've been burned. There was a woman, beautiful woman, that I saw. She was talking about her husband. I think this woman may be like maybe 32, 33. I believe she's a woman in her 30s. And she was talking about how her husband violated their children. And when a lot of women get in these toxic relationships, a lot of times they know that the dude is a demon. But they tell guys who are unsuccessful in dating and relationships that they got to learn game, they got to get a better personality, they got to work on their confidence, they got to work on all of these things. But you have women who are deliberately choosing guys that they're attracted to and ignoring all the red flags because they like them. And what I don't like is how women, they will lump all men into a bad category and say that all men are bad, all men are no good, when they deliberately chose toxic men to be with. And for the life of me, I cannot understand that. When you chose dudes who are not good people, when you chose dudes who are straight demons, but then you want to blame all men and say that all men are bad people. No. See, it's always good to be given the right information the first time around. A lot of guys are told that you got to be a good man. You got to do the right thing. You got to be a righteous man. And a woman will come into your life. But meanwhile, you have women, just like this woman that I just talked about, marrying the devil. Because women, they're going after dudes that they feel are hot. So if a guy is hot and he's very attractive, all the logic and all of the discretion just goes out the window. Doesn't matter if you're a good person or not. And when women have been burned and when they done been through a lot of hell dealing with these types of men, these toxic men, they want to lump all men into a category and say all men are bad people, and that's not true. You chose these types of men because you found them to be good looking. So, you know, when you choose men because when you choose the men that you're attracted to and you get in these toxic relationships, these toxic marriages, and then you want to say that all men are no good, that's not right. Because the dude that you didn't find all that attractive, the dude that you felt was ill, the dude that you felt, wasn't all that sexy. See, a guy like that would have treated you right. A dude like that wouldn't have put you through a lot of hell. But there's no sexual attraction there. I saw a video, and this was a white girl who said, it's not the fact that a guy is a douchebag to why we like him, it's because we're sexually attracted to him. Because I used to wonder in my younger days, why do the bad boys get the girl? Back when I was a teenager. Well, the bad boy gets the girl because the bad boy is sexually attractive. See, what I had to understand about women is they're just getting with dudes that they're attracted to. And a lot of times when women get burned in these toxic relationships, then they want to say all men are no good. No, these are the men you were attracted to. And see, you got a lot of guys who've been gaslighted. You got a lot of guys who've been lied to and told that they got to work on themselves. They got to find out who they are as a person. They got to find out, you know, they got to get some hobbies. They got to do all of these things in order to get a woman in their life. But yet you have toxic dudes out here who pulling chicks left and right. But dudes like myself and other guys who are not being chosen are told that they got to get a better personality, they got to learn game, they got to work on themselves, they got to change. You know, there are plenty of guys out there who are demons from hell. They not changing nothing about themselves. The only thing that they got that guys like myself and other guys don't have, they just sexually attractive to women. Women are attracted to them. They don't have to change nothing about themselves. So the thing that kills me is when you have people telling you you got to change yourself, you got to change your personality, you got to change your style of dress. Would it you got I've seen some dudes, they wear whatever. They not wearing no designer, and they screwing, and a lot of those types of guys got multiple women, and they screwing multiple women. I've been around dudes who are married, who cheat on their wife, got a beautiful wife at home, got children, and they got multiple women on the side that they screwing. They don't have the best personality. So when I hear guys saying that, you know, dudes who are non-select got to work on themselves, they got to get better personalities, they got to get in the gym, I'm like, but you got a lot of women out here who are in toxic marriages, toxic relationships, and then they want to lump all men into this category as if all men are bad people. No. Women are selecting the guys that they're getting with, and they selecting these dudes because they like them. They attracted to them. It's not because they have a good personality. It's not because they're a good person. But a lot of women will try to make it seem like, oh, I'm choosing dudes because they're a good person and they got a good personality. No, you just find him to be good looking. That's all it is. But see, I just don't think it's fair that women lump all men in a category when they deliberately chose the worst type of dudes. All men are no good. All men are bad people, but you chose the devil because you was attracted to the devil. But you know, they said that Satan wasn't ugly. They say Satan was a good-looking person, so I guess it makes sense when you think about it. But I just felt this would be a good topic to talk about because um, I just don't think it's right that women lump all guys into a category and say that all dudes are bad when you choose the worst type of dudes. But you attracted to these dudes. You find them to be good looking. And see, women try to make it seem like when they choose dudes, they choosing dudes based on personality. You choosing dudes based on looks. It ain't got nothing to do with the personality. Because when you got women that's in toxic marriages, toxic relationships, and they allowing themselves to be subjected to all of this mistreatment, that just goes to show you that it's all about looks at the end of the day. Women are just getting with dudes that they're sexually attracted to. That's what it's all about. So it's not necessarily about the man's character. It's not about the fact that he has a good personality. It's not about the fact that he's a good person. Women are just choosing men that they find good looking. It has nothing to do with him being a good person or having a good personality. But women try to make it seem like I'm choosing dudes based on their personality, their character. No, it's all about looks. It's all about looks when it comes to women. And I just don't think it's right that women, when they get burned and they've been through all this hell with certain dudes, they want to say all men are bad people. No, all men are not bad people. But you know, that guy that you felt was too nice, that dude that you wasn't all that attracted to, that dude that you call ugly as F, he would have actually treated you right. He wouldn't have put you through a lot of hell. He would have actually respected you. He wouldn't have put his hands on you. He would have never disrespected you. He would have treated you good. But women feel that's no, no, he ain't attractive. You know, I can't fool with him. And that's how women are. And see, it's so sad that all men get written off when you have women who been burned and been done wrong by men. All men get written off. All men get labeled as the bad guy. It's sad. It is so sad that all men got to get labeled as a bad guy because these women were deliberately choosing terrible guys. But all men got to suffer for that. That's not right. And I don't think all men should be lumped into a category as terrible people when you got certain dudes who just been totally written off. And yeah, the thing when women write certain men, when women say that all men are bad guys, they know they're lying. They know that there are certain dudes out there that tried to talk to them, but they wasn't attracted to them, and they turned them down. That dude you felt was ugly as F, that dude that you wasn't attracted to, the dude that you rejected. Women know doggone well that all men are not these terrible people. But see, women are selective. They want the attractive dudes. See, they want the men that they're attracted to. And women know that all dudes are not bad guys. They know that. But they're just choosing the men that they like. They know that they're forcing certain dudes to be alone. And women know that not all dudes are these terrible people. But they only want the guys that they're attracted to. They want the man that they're sexually turned on by. That's who they want. That's why I say women know daggone well that all dudes are not bad guys. They know that all dudes are not these terrible people. Because you got women, when they've been in these terrible relationships and they've been burned by these dudes, they say all men are no good. They say all men are terrible people. No, it's not the fact that all men are terrible. And y'all know that. It's just that y'all just want the men you're attracted to. And the dudes that you don't find attractive, you just discard them like trash. And I just felt that was never right. That you have women, after they've been hurt and done wrong by men, they discard all men and say all men are terrible people. When you strictly choosing the dudes that you attracted to. But, it is what it is. A lot of us guys, we just been totally misinformed. And I never liked that. How you have women who try to write all men off as being these terrible people when you choosing the dudes that you attracted to. You choosing the dudes that you find sexy. And rejecting the dudes that you don't find attractive. But all men are terrible people. That's why I say women know that they're forcing certain men to be alone. They do. They know that they're writing certain dudes off. They know. And I just think it's not, I just don't think it's fair that all dudes got to get written off because females chose the worst type of guys. But this stuff ain't gonna never change. Women gonna continue to write all dudes off. They're gonna continue to say all men are bad dudes when they're choosing the worst type of guys. But that's the way it is. Women at the end of the day, they just gonna go for men that they attracted to. That's all it is to it. What can you do? I just don't think it's right that guys who not being selected have to be ridiculed and told that they're lame and they don't have no confidence and they don't have no game and they don't have no motivation. And it's like, but yet you got all these toxic men, they being praised as if they good, they some great people. All these toxic dudes, they getting praised like they some great men. But yet the dudes who not being selected, they being told they got to change their attitude, they got to work on themselves and all that crap. Get out of here. When you got all these toxic men who being praised. But they being praised all because women like the way they look. But That's all I'm gonna say about this. It's just sickening. Really, really sickening how all men get written off, you know, because you have women that's deliberately choosing the worst type of dudes, all because they're attracted to them. That's why I say, don't let nobody tell you that you gotta change as a man. If you're not being chosen, don't let nobody tell you that you gotta change. I mean, when you got all these toxic men out here who being praised and celebrated, all because women find them to be good looking. That's why I say don't let nobody tell you that you need to change. The world need to change. But on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. You guys have a good day. Talk to you soon.